Hello, my name's Joe Johnson and I've been actively engaged in research into natural remedies for over 20 years. If you've got bleeding gums, then you really need to listen because this crucial short video will directly affect you. What I've discovered about bleeding gums and stopping bleeding gums quickly, it's new, it's cutting edge, and it just might be the untapped resource that you have been looking for. I'm going to show you how simple it is to stop your bleeding gums before your gums are permanently damaged. And if you apply this simple and ingenious method, it can stop you from losing your teeth altogether. Now, Emma Williams, who's the health editor on this site, has urged me to share with you details of an astonishing discovery that I've made about bleeding gums. One that gets rid of bleeding gums faster than you ever thought possible, and in many cases almost overnight. So if you've got bleeding gums, what's actually going on in your mouth? Well, right now, as you watch this video, there's like a raging war going on in your mouth. Specifically, bacteria are eating your gums alive. And unless you find a way to kill the bacteria without damaging your immune system, then sooner or later you will lose your teeth. Now, before I show you a simple way to kill the bacteria, I want you to consider this. Almost all gum disease problems are caused by bacteria breeding in your mouth, mostly in and around the tooth socket. This is because your tooth socket is the perfect breeding ground. It's warm, it's moist, it's dark, and there's plenty of food. Now, the gums around your teeth is bacteria paradise. Now, normally your immune system will keep the bacteria under control, but if you've been stressed and maybe overworked or taken drugs or let your diet slip a bit, then your immune system becomes slightly weaker. And that's all it needs for the bacteria to get a grip in your gums. And once your gums become infected, you've got gum disease, and then you've got bleeding gums. And you can have blood on your teeth, or your gums may become inflamed, or they become spongy. And you can have a foul taste in your mouth, or you can experience bad breath. Now, what happens is your gums begin to recede. And if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you are at risk of losing your teeth. Now, to make things even worse, if you use antibiotics to kill the bacteria around your gums, you're going to have to swallow them, which means that the whole of your immune system is now shocked and weakened even further. It's by the toxic impact of the powerful antibiotic drugs. This is why antibiotics, they appear to work for a couple of weeks, and then your gum problem, bleeding gums, it comes back worse than ever before. Now, along with many other antibiotic side effects, you get genital and oral thrush, digestive problems, and many other illnesses, some of which are killing people. Now, in case you're in any doubt about the danger of modern drugs like antibiotics, according to a recent report by eminent US doctors, and you can see the proof below, in the United States alone, the total number of deaths caused by conventional medicine like antibiotics is around 784,000 men, women and children every year. That's about 2,200 a day. So it's now evident that the medical system is the leading cause of death and injury in the United States. And that's the doctors saying that, not me. So I was desperate to find a way of killing the germs that's causing your bleeding gums without harming your immune system. See, I've seen so many people lose their teeth. Starts off with bleeding gums and gums disease, and after 6 or 7 rounds of antibiotics, and even after expensive and painful gum surgery, they still end up losing the teeth, and it's tragic. And that's why I've done my research. You see, human beings with gum disease have been around for tens of thousands of years, and pharmaceutical companies have been around about 100 years. And they don't want you to know what your ancestors knew about bleeding gums and gums disease. So my first step in research is always to go back into history and see what was going on. Now, after a lot of reading, and I don't mean the usual herbalist research books, See, I've got secret access to some of the best herbalist books on the planet, and books that are mostly kept hidden away by rich collectors, drug companies, private libraries, specialist reference libraries. Or I look at books that science believes are not worth looking at. Books written by people who've got zero medical qualifications. But these people have lived in the wilds of Mother Nature all their lives. And they've had herbal remedies passed down from one generation to the next to the next. And it was in one of these research books that I found the clues to an ancient cure for bleeding gums. Clue number 1 was Roman gladiators. I discovered that every Roman gladiator had to ensure that he always had these 3 things with him. First one is uniform to protect him. The second thing was his sword to attack his enemy. Now the third thing was a small leather pouch of a concentrated herb, and that herb was myrrh. Now if the gladiator was ever to receive a wound from a sword or a dagger or any other weapon, he was to rub the herb into the wound to prevent infection. Even the deepest sword wounds would be filled with this herb because of its amazing abilities to kill bacteria. Now that was interesting. Now this was a green light for further research, and I began to see this herb everywhere in ancient manuscripts. The most obvious and well-known clue was staring at me right in the face. Clue number 2, the birth of Jesus. Now, irrespective of your religious beliefs, the intrinsic essence of this research holds true. That according to historical text, when Jesus was born, he was visited by 3 wise men, and they presented him with gold, frankincense, and the third one brought myrrh, the herb. Now, my research has proven that myrrh is regarded as the most powerful antibiotic in the ancient world. So, irrespective of any religious beliefs, myrrh is truly an antibiotic fit for a king. Now, of course, I've heard of this herb before and I've used it many, many times, but I had no idea it was such a powerful, natural antibiotic, one that could be put directly onto wounds or put directly onto bleeding gums. Now, I knew up to now that most natural remedies for bleeding gums, they're nothing more than a mild antiseptic with a minty taste, and that's it. Sometimes they help a little, they put a bit of tea tree in it, but for bleeding gums, gums disease, a serious gum problem, they don't work, they're just not strong enough. Now, I expected my research to last 6 to 12 months, but I had a 100% proven remedy in 6 weeks. Now, I wanted to test it for longer, but my conscience wouldn't let me, because every single client with bleeding gums was cured, sometimes instantly. I mean, literally instantly. And in order to increase the antibiotic effects of this remedy, I added 3 other powerful and proven antibiotic herbs to the myrrh. So the combined effect of the 4 herbs is unstoppable. Now, it's called Gum Doctor, and it's been proven now countless times to cure bleeding gums and gum disease because it kills the bacteria on your gums on contact. You simply massage a few drops of the remedy onto the gap where your gum meets the tooth. It takes about 10 seconds, and you do that 3 times a day, and that's it. There's no fancy injections, no painful and expensive surgery, and there's no antibiotics that slaughter your already tired immune system. Now, it's a convenient and easy to use remedy. It means you don't have to spend your day making expensive and time-consuming appointments with your dentist, or discussing any embarrassing gum or breath problems in the drugstore. It's just a small bottle of a herbal liquid. You can carry it with you throughout the day. It kills the bacteria in your mouth on contact. It keeps your breath fresh and clean. But perhaps most importantly, it's going to save your gums and it's going to keep your teeth. So now this raging war in your mouth, it's over. Now, I plan to launch this remedy called Gum Doctor with advertising and fancy packaging and sending it out because I've got a small network of distributors. But I never got the chance. See, word spread about the results that I was getting with the Gum Doctor. Patients were turning up without appointments. Herbalists were coming down here to my practice and literally demanding that I make it for them. But it's not so simple. You see, I've tested a lot of different myrrh, and the only organic myrrh which consistently stopped the gum disease and the bleeding gums came from the Middle East or Somalia. Now, in these war-torn, struggling times, can you imagine how hard it is to import a shipment from the Middle East? So, to say my ingredient supply is a bit fragile is an understatement. But I did manage to get enough ingredients together to make 3 batches. And I've made those batches myself by hand. I've weighed the herbs, I've mixed the herbs, I've blended the herbs myself. So don't worry about that. The Gum Doctor remedies that I make are of the highest quality. Now, I've handed over 2 of the batches to my trusted friend, Emma Williams. Now, if you've got bleeding gums, then I strongly suggest that you get this remedy, and it's called Gum Doctor. Before Emma's supplies run out, and before you begin to lose your teeth. This remedy packs a wallop. You'll suddenly feel your gums improving. Within a few hours of using it, you will know your gums are getting better. But you better hurry. I normally only give this remedy to my personal clients and to fellow herbalists. I've never committed a single batch of Gum Doctor to anyone else before. Now, Emma's begged me not to let the other herbalists or online stores know what she was up to till she had the stock. Well, now Emma's got the stock and it's going faster than we both imagined. So if you mess around or you order late, you may miss out. And if you've got bleeding gums, that would be a horrible mistake. So don't let that happen. This remedy will result in you having strong, hard, healthy gums holding your teeth firmly in place, and that's it. Gum Doctor will have you smiling again, and that's what great gums is all about. So, have a look at the testimonials below to see how the Gum Doctor has helped men and women across the country to get rid of their bleeding gums quickly. Now, I understand you may have a few seeds of doubt, and that's fair enough. After all, we don't know each other. So let me put your mind at rest so you can experience the Gum Doctor remedy for yourself. You can use this Gum Doctor remedy to your heart's content for a full 90 days. You don't risk a single penny trying this remedy for yourself. You've got a complete 90-day unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. But the clear and simple truth about this remedy is this. You see, this remedy, it's a breakthrough. And I'll just say, if it doesn't quickly and easily stop your bleeding gums, or if you're not completely satisfied in any way at all, then I insist you send the Gum Doctor back to Emma in any condition, and she will personally make sure you get a full and fast refund of every single penny you paid for the remedy. No questions asked, no hassles. You have my word on that. Okay, how much will this bleeding gums remedy cost you? Well, I normally charge my clients $200 for an appointment plus $170 for the remedy because it is handmade and it is organic and I'm the only one who makes it. Anyway, you don't have to have an appointment with me. Plus, I'm not using my offices, I'm not using my staff, we're not using all the other things. So I've agreed with Emma to give you a 50% discount on the remedy. That means that you can get your Gum Doctor bleeding gums remedy for just $87 plus $5 shipping. That means you're going to save over $280. Not only that, Emma's literally manhandled me into giving you a full set of bonus health books. Now they're valued at $127 and they're going to the first 100 people who take the Gum Doctor remedy. Now you can see the details of those books below. But I will say those books alone are worth more than the cost of the remedy. So this is a fantastic offer. And this is the first time, and maybe the last time, that I'm going to sell the Gum Doctor for less than $170. $87, it's less than a course of antibiotics. And it's certainly less than the price of a visit to the dentist. And it's definitely less than the price of dentures or dental surgery, which you might need unless you get your gums sorted. So you cannot lose. So order the remedy now, whilst Emma's still got the stock, and whilst you're still on this page. You can click on the link below. Now Emma will look after you, and if you've got any questions about bleeding gums, gum disease, or even this bleeding gums remedy, you can write to me at any time and I'll be glad to help you. So click on the link below and Emma will get your Gums Doctor remedy in the post to you today. And I look forward to helping you get a clean set of healthy gums and have a lovely fresh mouth. Alright, bye for now.